So yes, you guys been waiting, and I'm finally coming here to deliver. So today we're going to be talking about the time that my sneaky link went wrong. No, 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 no. Look me in my eyes, tell me all about your secrets. Keep me in them chains, don't let go. I say your name. Punish me like a master, keep me plastered all up for yourself. Baby, just keep me tamed. I won't yell as long as I'm safe. So it all started back in 10th grade around summer school time. Like it was around the summer and I had to do summer school along with some of my other peers. So what I decided to do was I decided to go through my tests. I was getting them tests done faster than everybody else in that class. But that's besides the point, neither here or there. I was at my grandmother's house and I was scrolling through my Grinder app on my phone and I came across this body and the body looked familiar. Like you can tell somebody's built through their shirt when you go to school with them. But I had never seen this person's face before, but I've seen the build. I came across it and I just thought, I said, you know what, maybe out of my league, I'm going to let it go. So I looked at it and I let it go. But maybe like 2 days later, I get this text from that person. That person liked my Grinder. You already know how the bitch goes. I was like, oh snap. Like, he really did. So I think this is a good part of the story where we can give this person a name, and this person is going to be called. Rico was one of those hard to find type people. Like, you could never really notice that Rico was in the building because he was so quiet. Like, he didn't really fuck with a lot of people. And when he did fuck with a lot of people, you still couldn't notice because he kept his circle small. Me, I was different. Everybody was my best friend. If you were walking, talking, and you thought you were cute, you were my best friend, which, of course, not a good judgment call when being a popular kid like me. I got the text from Rico on the Grinder app, but I didn't know it was Rico yet. So I kept wondering, like, how did he even get interested in me? And he had to see me from somewhere. I could never really understand that. But we started texting. And through the text, like, he would ask questions and we would talk and, hey, hi, how's your day going? How was your day today? And he wanted to plan to meet up. And I would always say, like, oh, I'm busy, or like I will bluff it out, find some way to bluff it out. Then came this day. I had just went to my best friend's house the day before, and I left from her house to go to school because I was at my grandmother's house so that I could do summer school. And mind you, like, the street to my school is like, well, my old school is like straight. It's a narrow street, and I was all the way at the end of the street. So I just had to walk all the way up. So I start walking up. I went to school, did my summer school classes and everything. And now it's time to walk back home. I'm walking back home. I'm walking and I'm like passing the children's home because there's a children's home on the side. Anybody from Catonsville knows about the children's home when you pass Lerman, which is like a wooden theater or whatever. I'm walking past, and as I'm walking past, I'm coming this way and he's coming this way looking me dead in my face. And I didn't even know it was him. I'm walking and then it just clicks in my head. I was like, that dude was staring me dead in my fucking face. What the fuck? I'm like, swing my neck around. I was like, oh my gosh, that could be him. That could be him. I didn't pay no mind to it. I just let it go, put my music back in. I was bumping, got home, was so excited because I only had like maybe 2 or 3 more days of summer school left. And then I had the rest of the summer to myself. I got in and I remember putting my bags up and I went straight upstairs because my grandmother had like this upstairs room where all the grandchildren would go when they wanted to play games, chill, and chill out. I went up there, laying on my bed, and something just told me, check your Grinder app, bitch. Okay, all right, I'm gonna look. And as I open up my phone, there it is, the text message. You look good today. How would you know that I look good? But how would you know that I looked good if you have never seen me before, and mind you, he beat me down throughout our conversation that he didn't know me from nowhere, that I've never seen him before, that he didn't go to our school. So I was just like, what the fuck? That's weird. Very weird. I continued to text him, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. You know, just pushing it to the side because, like, I really never put too much thought into it. My naive ass. One day I went to my best friend's house. I went, and I think I went there to check on her after school and see if she was okay. And I was like, you know, hey girl, how are you? Hope you're doing good. Just a little quickie stop by or whatever. Got some food because she did like desserts or whatever. Like her aunt cooked desserts and did stuff like that, and I always got free desserts. I was happy, yo. I decided to go back home after I got my desserts. Girl, them desserts were so good. I get back home early, mind you, it's summer, so I got home maybe around like 1:30. So that means I still had a lot of the day before my mom came to pick me up from my grandmother's house to take me back home. Because I only went there to go to summer school. Summer school let out really early, like hella early. I wasn't really doing that many hours during the day. I looked on my phone and I get this text message, you're 2,000 feet away and I want to meet up. And I'm like, girl, you 2,000 feet away. It ain't no running. It ain't no running. Like, I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to run from the... Okay. So I get myself dressed, freshened up, everything. And I'm like, okay, let's meet. Where you want to meet? This boy tells me we can meet at the gas station. And I'm like, meet at the gas station to go to? Because, you know, I'm that type of person. I'm not just going to leave out my house, the safety of my home, just to go with just anybody and not know where I'm going. So I said, the gas station where? Like, you got to tell me from when we get to the gas station where we're going. It was like, there's a bathroom on the side of the gas station. And we can just do what we got to do in there. You said what? I don't know. I'm sorry. Did I hear you correctly? He had the wrong bitch. Because I'm not that one. And so, of course, I made up another reason to bluff him. I wasn't going to just full on cuss him out right there. I should have stopped talking to his dirty ass right then and there. Because you going to tell me to go to a gas station bathroom? It's just not me. Like, if it was my type choice, you ain't doing nothing with me unless we is on a bed in a house. And even in a house, I ain't on no floor. Okay? So I bluffed him out again. Like 3 weeks later, after like no text, we stopped texting after that. 3 weeks later, I'm laying in my room. And he's like, I really want to come and see you. And I said, you know what? My mom had like a long shift or something at work. So I said, you know what? You can come. This dude then says, I'll be there in 20 minutes. But he's taking a bus. I was like, ain't no way in hell the bus take 20 minutes. Ain't no way in hell. But you know, I was going to be ready before that 20 minutes was up, okay? Before he got there, when I tell you, I took 2 showers back to back, brushed my teeth like 3 or 4 times. No lie. Like, I promise I'm not lying. And then I started the preparation process. Of course, that's for another video. I'm not going to go into all of that because I don't feel like it's anybody's business how I, you know, unless you're curious. After all of that was done, I proceeded to clean the living room because I wanted the living room clean. I had a dog at the time, Max, my Maxie Poo. So I could not allow him to come in my room because Max was a guard dog and would bite the shit out of him. And Max didn't really like people. And I didn't know what type of feeling he was going to walk into my house with. He could have came in with a negative presence and then my dog would have pounced just like that. So it was no way he was going in the room. I called up my friends because, you know, I needed the clarification, like, oh my gosh, I'm really about to do this. This is about to go down. Like, I'm excited. I'm happy. So I call I called my friend Andrew at the time, and that's a whole nother story time. Can't wait to tell you guys that. But I called my ex-best friend Andrew and Jayla. Girl, I'm telling them, I'm like, girl, it's about to go down. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, it's about to go down. I'm about to do it. And girl, I'm going to do it like it's my B-Day. Go dead. So, the time comes, and you know what I heard when I was on the phone. I heard they knock on the door. I said, girl, I got to go. It's about to happen. I'm going to call you after. Girl, I opened the door. He smiled. I smiled. Mind you, never called him out about going to my school. But he wasn't going to just come in my house and I don't let him know. So he came in. He asked me where I could sit his stuff. I told him he could sit his stuff on the sofa. The way our living room was set up, it was the sofa chair, then it had the like little chair, then it had the little middle thing, and then it had like the TV. I don't know what they call like the coffee, like a coffee table or whatever. And the sofas was teal. So he set his stuff down. I sit down. He's like, well, what's up? I'm like, give me a second. Let's play some music or something because I'm bored as a bit. Like, it got boring really, 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 really fast. So now was the time to let him know. I said, you know I know exactly where you come from. And he was like, what the fuck do you mean? And I used to say some dumb shit, okay? I really used to. So I then reiterated and explained myself. I know you go to my school. And he looked at me. He smiled. He smirked. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't go there no more. You might not have went there no more. But you're a bastard. Don't lie in my fucking face because I know you was going to my school because you continued to go to my school after this situation. Not to bust the bubble, but he starts conversating with me and asking me more questions about myself. And I really don't like when people pick my brain or try to get into my thoughts and understand me because no matter how much you get out of me, you will never fully understand me because my thoughts is just too damn deep, okay? A big ass head with deep thoughts. He leaned back on the chair and I thought he was cueing me to go, you know. And I'm like, all right, let's go. And he's like, no. No, it's not time yet. Like, I want to talk to you. Like, oh, okay. But in my head, I was like, dude, you guys to get the business. Stop fucking picking in my head. Because I can't take it. It's too much. So he then gives me that look. I was just like I said, I don't know what you want to do. Like, what do you want to do? Because, you know, I was over it. I was over the whole conversation and the talking. It's not about me. Girl, when I tell you my eyes looked back, almost broke my sockets. I was like, whoa. And I said, excuse me, what did you say? It's not about me. What do you want to do? Girl, I said, I have never been asked that before. Out of all, and I mean this, not even a boyfriend. Never. What do you want? What do you want me to do for you? When I tell you, he had me in awe, under the spell and all of that. Like I said, a nigga that have you under the spell, even though he ain't that type of nigga. So I then proceeded. I was like, I said, well, we can get into business. He got over top of me. And we started kissing. And then from kissing, it led to me taking his shirt off. He took my shirt off. We getting deep into the business. And he got into some things down there. And I say that because I'm not going to be too detailed. But he knew what he was doing. Oh my gosh. I can't. So he flipped me over. And then he proceeded to put the condom on. No lube, wanted to use spit, by the way. And I was just like, okay. Mind you, I was a virgin at the time. So we all know how that went. Wait. Okay, wait. And then after that third time, oh, all right, I can't do it. I'm sorry. So you want some head? So I then proceeded to get the Guap Guap 9000. But that didn't even last long because he didn't even want it. Like, and I know I wasn't doing nothing wrong because anybody else after him, I don't know, maybe they say you get better throughout the time, but I knew, girl, these big lips go to use. He wanted to give me head. So I said, okay. You know, I'm never going to deny. When I tell you, took the life out of me. Took the life out of me. Not one, not two, but 3 times in one night. Almost 4. I'm going to put it this way. I was holding the couch for dear life. We then decides that we're done and we're wrapped all the way up. I could barely move. I was twitching all over. Never had that experience again. He was the only person. He packed up his stuff. I then told him that my mom was on the way, so he needed to go. He left. And this may be the #1 mistake I've ever made. I then didn't recall Andrew and I didn't recall Jayla. I called my ex, Terrell, and that's what we're going to call him. Terrell wanted to fuck Rico, but I got to Rico before Terrell because I was just that bitch. What I didn't know was that Rico had a girlfriend at school, and the girlfriend was friends with Terrell. So I go to school the next day. Like how the school worked was that it didn't take nothing. Like you would have that one day of peace, and then the next day all your shit would be out. I come to school, I think, a couple days later, because school had just started. I'm talking to my friend circle, like a small circle, in lunch. And I'm talking about it. I'm like, yo, he knew what he was doing. Yo, he was giving it, running my mouth. I didn't know that after that day, things would go downhill. I come to school the next day, and I am then confronted, not by him, but by one of his girlfriend's friends. And they say, so what did you say about Rico again? Personally, I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? And she's like, so he fucked? Like, y'all had sex? And I'm like, oh my gosh. It's out. That's it. That's it. And of course, I said, that's nobody's business. I didn't deny it, but I said it wasn't anybody's business. So, as the days just keep going past, I find out that more people find out, more people find out, more people find out. Not knowing that the person who told them was literally the first person I called. I finally called Terrell, and I was explaining to him, you know, oh my gosh, like whoever's out here spreading this stuff, like I don't know why they would do that. And he finally opens up his mouth to say, I was the one who told them. I couldn't even fuss with him. The only thing I said was, why the fuck in your life would you even take the time out of your day to tell them business that's none of their business that I trusted with you? And he couldn't give me nothing, then proceeded to call me a hoe. I'm a hoe for fucking one person and I'm a virgin. Okay. This is coming from a virgin himself. I was like, so what made you tell? And he's like, well, I'm friends with his girlfriend. And I'm like, I didn't know he had a fucking girlfriend. He's like, yes, you did, because Tiara told you, which Tiara is Terrell's friend. So the next day at lunch, I meet up with Tiara, Tanisha, and Terrell. All at one table. And Diaz. Now, Diaz is the sister of Tiara. And Tanisha is the friend of Tiara and Diaz. So, we're all sitting at the table. Mind you, it took everything not to smack that boy in his shit for running his mouth. But I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt because me and Terrell already fought before, which that is another story time that I will tell you later. So I'm explaining like all of this, and they're all friends with his girlfriend, which I'm going to call his girlfriend Nisha. And I'm naming her Nisha because it has to be far away from her name. All of this has gotten back to Nisha. And Nisha went off on Rico and broke up with him. So in the middle of lunch, I get the text message from Rico as I'm sitting at the table with Terrell, Tanisha, all of them. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's like, you really ran your mouth and told and did all of that. So me and him get into this quick, fast argument because I'm thinking that he's about to come to the lunch table from who knows where and we're about to fight. So then he just stops talking to me. I stop talking to him and I leave it alone. I leave it alone. I let it go. And then it was just this one day, I think maybe 4 or 5 days later, I go to the nurse's office because I have a headache. And his girlfriend walks in the nurse's office. Well, ex-girlfriend. When I turned around after signing into that nurse's office, I gave her the look that looks can kill. And she looked back at me with the same look. And I said, it came out my mouth. So you got a problem? And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, do you have a fucking problem? And she's like, no, I don't have a problem. I don't fuck with niggas like you. So I was just like, And I just left it at that because at the end of the day, like, she's a female. I'm not about to fuss with her, fight with her, none of that. But she did continue to keep running her mouth afterwards. And I really could care less because, like I said, I got bitches that will whip your fucking ass. I don't give a fuck who you're friends with. You're mad because I fucked your nigga. Whole time your nigga shouldn't have fucked me. Simple. And with that being said, and I say whatever I want to say because ain't nobody going to pop me in my shit. But point blank, period. They stopped fucking with each other. I basically got the cold shoulder from him for like maybe a week or two. And then I got a text message 2 weeks later. And he was like, don't think that just because we had our fallout that you're not going to still get that back broke. Now, don't do that. Now, we never met up a second time and we never did anything a second time. But when I did get a new boyfriend, we ended up fussing and arguing. All three of us, me, my new boyfriend, and Rico. And he said he doesn't fuss with people that he looks better than. But I don't understand how you can look better than me when you wanted this ass. But long story short, we stopped fucking with each other. I don't talk to him now. I know that he's on this side of the continent, California, Seattle. But I don't really mess with him like that. But that is all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this first story time about my sneaky link gone wrong. And, you know, I guess I can say my backstabbing ass friends. But stay tuned. There's more videos coming, and I appreciate you guys watching this. And my name is Zay. If you don't know me, get to know me. And that is all for this video. Bye.
Bitch, I like doing shit with you. You make me feel so good.